See what I mean? They're so serious. So how are you guys doing so far today?
And the winner is La La Land.
Check. Is the same one?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Got a fancy little button.
This is Pamela.
Hi. Again, yeah, I got to moderate for them in Cleveland.
1945.
As you can see, we had a horrible time. So how has the weekend been so far for you guys?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, you know, it's
It's all right.
always kind of fun. It's always
The meeting of the people is great, that part.
Hello? Okay. I turned it off.
Turns itself off.
I've had a great weekend, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Met lots of...
I saw 7 Wonder Women.
Wondrous. What? 4 calling birds, 3 French hens.
What was your favorite costume that you saw this weekend?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman? She's a classic.
There's a guy walking around, this is awful of me, but I'm going to do it anyway. There's a guy walking around with a Spider-Man costume on. And I'm thinking, straighten up. You're Spider-Man. But no.
He wasn't in character. He hadn't had his coffee yet. He wasn't. He was. All right, well, let's go straight. We have a question here. Go ahead and ask your question.
Good morning.
Morning.
That's not a question.
Well, I'll start off by a statement bridging to a question. I've been a karaoke fan for 15 years, and one of my first songs, one of my favorite songs to sing is Daydream Believer. I wouldn't say I'm good, but I'm maybe fair to good. The crowd always seems to like it. But going back to 1995, the Brady Bunch movie, which had Davy Jones kind of doing one of his songs, and it bridged into like a grunge rock band. I'm thinking, have you ever thought about any of your songs like Daydream Believer, if it could be merged with something that's maybe trendy today or maybe an artist today, who would that artist be?
Well,
That was an intense question.
I don't listen to any contemporary music, frankly. So, I don't think I could even come up with a Billie Holiday.
Have you heard the mashup between I'm a Believer and Ticket to Ride, isn't it? Yeah.
Ticket to Ride, yeah.
Yeah, the Ticket to Ride and I'm a Believer. I'm a Believer, she's a ticket to a Beatles song. It's on the video, it's on YouTube, I bet you. That was a lot of fun. It's a great
An artist like Jared Kushner.
Yeah, I can see Justin Bieber doing it.
Good question. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
And another one. Somebody's waiting to ask a question. Ask us a question. See if you can.
Hi. My question is for Micky. I'm here with my kids, and I'm sorry, Peter. I'm here with my kids, and they are, we love your book, Jackie 2 Feet.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm also a children's author myself. And so I was just wondering what inspired you to decide to give writing a children's book a go?
Why I wrote a children's book, or specifically about Jackie 2 Feet?
Both.
Yeah, okay. Well, when I wrote it, there was a sort of a flush of celebrities doing children's books, and I was asked by a publishing company if I would like to write one, and I said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I just woke up in the middle of the night. I studied anthropology in college.
I didn't even know you could say anthropology.
It's 5 syllables, buddy. And I'm a big science fan, and of all the sciences, but anthropology is one of my favorite disciplines. And I just woke up with this idea because I think I'd been reading an article on when humans became bipedal. or bipedal, depending on which continent you're on. And I just woke up one night and came up with the story based on actual anthropological evidence and history. And I knocked it out like in a couple hours, the first draft, and they liked it, and there you go. They edited it, and they had an artist do the drawings, and there it is.
I was working on something. I was working on a rose, and it was the closest to bipedal that I could come. See what I did there?
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming.
That's not a question.
On the Monkees television show, it seems like they had you doing a lot of physical activity here, riding unicycles, playing harmonica, swinging from ropes. Did anyone ever get hurt? And
wow, good question.
What ended up happening?
No, I didn't
Remember anybody?
Yeah. No. There used to be 5 of us, but other than that.
Yeah.
No, nobody else.
The guy on the rope.
I would imagine there wasn't very much wire work back then.
Well,
Not on the TV show. No, we did in the movie. Yeah. We were wired to fly in the movie. That's what you mean, right?
Yes.
no, we weren't on the TV show. There was one instance. It was the Monkey Man thing, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Jump
That's
off.
right. Yeah. The 3 monkey men could take off.
They usually would, if there was anything that was risky at all, they would have a stuntman step in like they do in all movies and TV shows.
Yeah, and all the professional things.
I know in Head, for instance, there was a couple of instances when we had stuntmen. They had to, you just couldn't take the chance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the little one wants to know, who the heck are you guys?
Pretty much. I listened to my mom's record when I was 8 years old about a zillion times. You're the first band I ever loved, and I was 8. And I wrote you a fan letter, not sure if you ever got it. It was in 1986.
Absolutely. Didn't you get my answer?
But he has a question.
No, he's not mine.
What's your favorite song ever?
What's the question?
What's your favorite song ever?
That you sing?
What you say?
Favorite song ever?
Monkey song?
No.
Yeah, Monkees.
Oh, Monkey song.
That you ever sang?
Monkeys. What's your favorite song ever, Micky?
Of the Monkees material?
No,
Ever?
Ever.
I couldn't narrow it down to one. Maybe a top 10. Yeah, that's good. One of the songs I love singing the best as a Monkey song on stage is Pleasant Valley Sunday by Carole King and Jerry Goffin.
Thank you.
Yeah, my favorite piece of Monkey. Okay.
You can say something. It's okay. Excellent.
My favorite, I want to say this because for me the best piece of music that ever came out under the Monkees name was Ryushiu. For so many reasons. A cappella, sung all together, sung in front of cameras, which was never done, because in those days studio time was worth $150 an hour, and soundstage where you made television, that was worth like $3,500 an hour. So to do a song live to camera was a rare exception, and mostly because the blend. When I listen to that song, I usually cannot tell who's singing what, except for Micky doing singing solo in between. But the choruses, the 4 of us are singing. You can't tell them the blend. The first time and only time that we've ever 4 voices like that blended together as well. That just takes me away. I've heard professional choir singers, the king singers kind of thing, doing it. And I like ours better.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
You guys were my favorite band when I was a kid. You were my favorite first concert that I ever went to.
Have we failed you in the meantime?
The first concert that I ever went to was in the 70s when Micky and Davey and Tommy Boyce and Bobby Hart did the tour. So I have two questions. Number one is, what's it like to do the different iterations of the band with the different members at different times throughout the years, and what's it like to play without Davey?
Different iterations. Well, every time we set up a tour, we're doing a tour, we know who's with us. And we rehearse, and we say, well, well, so-and-so isn't here, so we're going to need somebody to sing this part. And so one of us changes, or maybe we give it to one of the background singers in the band. So basically, no matter what combination we are, we're working almost, we start with what we know from the records, and then we work outward from there and fill in the gaps. If this thing's Davey, so you asked also what it's like working without Davey. And that is, well, you know, Davey was in so many ways the heart of the band that we, it's hard, a little bit hard put to include him as a matter of heart. Here we have Davey, put him up on the screen, do a song or two where he sang and we had his vocal and we play live to him, to his vocal, and like that kind of thing. So it's a tricky balancing act because, you know, we miss him and we don't want to pretend like he's not with us, although he isn't. But we also don't want to pretend he is because he isn't. You know, so it's a balancing act. We do our best, and but it's just in some ways it's like the same thing with the tour every time. We build the tour based on what we've got. And we see what we've got. And we work with what we've got, and then you come to the show and we take your money.
Thank you.
Speaking of that,
Money?
yes. Can I have some? No. So last time we talked about your Good Times album and how all of that came about and how you had found some unreleased recordings where you actually got to sing with him again because there were tracks. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about that? Because that's amazing to me.
Yeah, we have a new album out, well, last year, called Good Times. And it started with conversations about what we were going to do for the 50th anniversary. And simultaneously, we found some unfinished tracks from the 60s. Songs written by Neil Diamond, Carole King, Harry Nilsson. And there was one, and these were not demos, these were multi-tracks, so obviously they'd intended to release them someday, but the show went off the air, we stopped making records, and they have remained in the vaults for 50 years. And we found them, and there was one particular track, a song called Good Times, written by Harry, that I was eventually intended to sing. He's on the track playing piano and singing. Mike Nesmith's on guitar. I think there's a couple of other musicians in the background. And I became very good friends with Harry Nilsson over the years, and I thought, wow, what an opportunity to sing a duet with my old friend Harry Nilsson. And everybody loved the idea. And I suggested the album should be called Good Times and make that the title track. Everybody liked that idea, I guess. And that sort of launched the project. And then it was a question, well, what do we do? We have 6 tunes or so, something like that. Well, what do we do to fulfill the rest of the album? And the record company reached out to a producer named Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne, who had done a record called That Thing You Do, a song.
The movie has the same name.
That Thing You Do for the Tom Hanks movie. In fact, I bumped into Tom Hanks one night at a... Did I drop that name? And he said, I made a movie about you guys. I said, yeah, I know. Where's my check? And anyway, Adam was the perfect choice, frankly, I think.
Yeah, if you've ever heard the song, That Thing You Do, it is a miraculous song in the way that it's absolutely out of the 60s and it's absolutely modern. It's a tremendous achievement, I always thought.
And Adam went on to reach out, and the record company did, just put the word out, anybody want to write a song for this? And all of a sudden, we were inundated with with material from these incredible writers like Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie and Rivers Cuomo and Alan Partridge.
Did you know that Rivers Cuomo graduated from the same high school I did?
You graduated from high school? And Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller. I mean, anyway, all of a sudden we got all this incredible material of this same kind of genre, this 60s jangly, well, I guess what they call jangly guitar pop or something.
12-string guitar, lots of 12-string on the album.
Yes. And that's how it happened. And we got lucky, you know. The universe was kind to us, and the forces, you know, were there, and lightning struck. You know, got lightning in the bottle again, and we had top 20 album out of, you know, just like, it was a wonderful, pleasant surprise. I was thinking about it. The equivalent would have been in 1966, when the Monkees show went on the air and the first album hit the charts. The equivalent would have been an act having a top 20 album from 1916. During World War I, have Eddie Cantor or, you know, Mario, no, would have been Enrico Caruso or somebody, having a top 20 album, you know, 50 years later. So, and I feel blessed. I feel blessed that we got lucky, and a lot of hard work too. And everybody contributed, Mike, Peter, and I, and, you know,
and
writers, and Davey. There's a vocal on there that he had done in the 60s, song written by Neil Diamond that just never got released. So anyway, I feel blessed to have been part of it.
As do I.